Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Whoo, boy. Let me tell you, back at it, huh?
Been a hot couple of weeks here, hasn't it? Huh?
It's like been a month, man.
More than that, I think.
It's been more than it's just been a fucking long time. That's a
lot of life stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Schedules are complicated when you're in your 30s.
Yeah, that's why I had Ada preserved until now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, to preserve her freshness.
I wonder why she wouldn't post on the Discord as much.
Oh yeah, that's by. Let me just drag this in here. Oh God!
Jeez, that looks heavy.
Oh, it is. It is very
Team
heavy.
Lift on it.
Well, I'm on Team Lift, so there you go.
Notice how I didn't offer to help you with it.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm going to remember this one. But yeah, as you can see, I've frozen Ada in carbonite.
Oh.
Yeah. We can get ready for the show in just a second. Just let me twist this knob here. There we go.
Where am I? Why is it so dark in here?
Oh.
Why do I feel so fresh? But more importantly, why can't I see?
Hibernation sickness. Your vision will return in time. I don't remember the rest of the quote.
Yati. Yota.
Sorry, I was wearing that cool helmet and it made my voice all weird.
Welcome to Frankenstein Control, where we're all dead.
We're not
shit,
dead.
she's got a thermal detonator.
All right, Salacious
Who let
B.
Ben
Crumb.
Shapiro in here?
It's just not Ben Shapiro. It's Salacious B. Crumb. Far less evil.
But about exactly the same personality and annoying level, though. and height.
Imagine hypothetically.
Yeah. If you didn't do that, I was gonna.
Oh, look, and there's the singer from the CG edited version of Return of the Jedi. Anyway, welcome back.
That
She's
scene,
who killed. That's who killed Zero the Hutt.
that scene makes me cringe out of my skin.
Oh yeah, no, I
hate
can't handle it
so much. I cannot watch it.
Yeah, it's awful. It's you know what it is? It's like watching Crazy Frog unironically.
Yeah.
It's like trying to watch Crazy Frog and not like try, and you're not allowed to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to do anything.
You can't make fun of it. You can't look away.
Yeah, it's like watching. It's like masturbating to a train wreck.
You just stare into the weeping face of God.
It's a long-mouthed, weird lip lady singing space jazz.
It's called Jizz, Taylor.
It
Oh,
is.
I forgot it
It's
is called Jizz.
How could you forget it's called Jizz?
I forgot it was called Jizz.
Taylor forgot about Jizz. I can't
The
believe
favorite, the favorite music genre of the Devil Man from the Cantina.
I literally watched A New Hope over the weekend at like midnight because I'm an idiot. I just watched it until 2 a.m. I'm just like, this is a funny movie. I don't know. Them old Star Wars movies, like, I think it's just because we all grew up with them.
We've ensconced them in such lore that like such what's the word I'm looking for?
Such wackiness, such whimsy,
Yeah.
such corny assness, might I add.
You could straight up tell it was just like they had no idea they were going to let them do more of these.
Yeah.
They absolutely thought they were making a one-off space opera. They
Exactly.
were just goofy as fuck.
We're all on George's wild ride. He won't stop having stupid fucking ideas.
Yeah.
We're all fed up. We're all going to act like we're fed up.
All the frames are so dense.
All the frames are so dense. Yeah, like, that movie is a fucking cornball of a film, let me tell you.
Although it has some of my favorite and most memorable things. So like, I love...
Oh, I'm not putting the film down. Quite the contrary. I fucking love it because it's corny and weird.
I find myself mentally paraphrasing Dr. Evazan all the time. You know what Dr. Evazan is, right?
Dr. Amazon!
He's the two thugs that pick a fight with Luke at the bar, and then one of them gets his arm chopped off.
Oh, you were quoting Dr. Amazon. Okay,
Yes,
I know
Dr.
that famous
Amazon.
quote where he goes...
That's Ponda Baba.
Oh.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, that's Dr. Evazan.
His name is Dr. Amazon.
Yeah, their names are Dr. Evazan, Dr. Cornelius Evazan.
Evazan. I thought you said Amazon.
No, Evazan.
Evanescence.
Dr. Cornelius Evazan.
But when they chopped his arm off with the lightsaber, he became the Flaming Evazan.
he was unable to do the flaming Amazon. You need 2 hands for that.
Yeah. So he's a doctor?
So yeah, that guy is a doctor who did like fucked up cosmetic surgery on people, and like
Is that why his face is all fucked up?
That's why his face is all fucked up.
He's not an alien. He just fucked up his face.
No, he's a human. Dr. Amazon's a human. He's just fucked up.
That's awesome.
And,
What, did he use himself as a test subject or something?
Various things like that. I forget what fucked his face up. It's in the lore, and I know the lore of those two because they're cruddy criminals, and I love cruddy criminals.
I mean,
that's what I love about the Star Wars universe is there's literally everything in it.
Yeah.
You got cruddy criminals, you got space pirates, you got smugglers, you got rebels, you got the battles of good and evil, and then you also got goofy shit like a plastic surgeon who fucks up his face and he looks like Shrek.
Yeah. So the thug who gets his arm chopped off is his accomplice, and they travel the galaxy.
Bum Bum Da or whatever?
Yeah, Ponda Baba.
Ponda Baba, of course.
I have a figure of him. He's an Aqualish space pirate.
Aqualish?
That's his species.
I just called them Balchinians because they look like they have big old scrotes.
Yeah, they do. It's supposed to be spider-like pedipalps because they're arachno boys. Yeah.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes him a bit cooler.
He's really cool.
I mean, like, I wish they looked like. I mean, I get it. I get it now. Like, it's supposed to kind of look like the Brazilian wandering spider. An exotic kind of thing where they have the brightly colored chelicerae.
Yeah. That's the word for them.
Yeah, pedipalps are the extra set of little arms that they have on the sides of their heads.
Well, anyhow, of course, you know that the fight is picked by him going, he doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
Whenever, like, I receive, like, criticism from anybody inside, I'm like, I don't like me either. Like that voice.
You better watch yourself. We're wanted then. I got the death sentence in 12 systems. How the fuck do you get the death sentence in 12 systems for being a bad plastic surgeon?
Yeah.
Because he's killed people. He operates on rich people and they die under the knife because he fucks up at it and he's a con man and he steals all their credits and goes on a run.
So he's not a real doctor. He's a con man.
He's a doctor in the Rick and Morty sense.
If I went to a cosmetic surgeon and he looked like shit, I would not use his services.
Yeah.
Right before they go in the back the tank, he just goes, by the way, I am a doctor, just not in medical. I got a doctorate in women's studies. And they go, and then his goofy spider friend comes out and like does a dance, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I think eventually the two of them have lots more adventures after that, by the way. Like, their story doesn't...
they do? Does he get a cool cyber arm? Or in this case, a spider arm?
Spider spiber?
Spider... well, that's hard to say.
A cyber spider arm.
I couldn't even say it right.
Me neither. There is a cyber spider. He's in the Clone Wars show.
Yeah.
He's an arachnid-type, weird-looking general Spider-Man. He's cool-looking.
There's also the horrible spider brain droids that live in Jabba's palace.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So Jabba's palace, we're like shifting themes wildly.
Welcome to Star Wars.
I guess so.
This is our Star Wars episode.
I promise I have another sci-fi movie to make fun of.
You boys deserved it. I'll let you have a Star Wars episode.
Yay!
At least you've watched some Star Wars.
I'm just gonna play on my phone.
No, we have phones. Well, you can't play on your phone because you're blind from the carbonite sickness.
Yeah, shit. How am I gonna look at images?
I guess you just gotta listen to our Star Wars talking.
Oh,
I will eventually.
A fate worse than death.
What is this hell?
Put me back in the carbonite. At least that was a preview of death.
You know what? Speaking of back to tanks, I still I need to watch Empire Strikes Back again so I could see, because A New Hope is still fresh in my mind. I need to see Luke's. I need to see Mark Hamill's post motorcycle accident fucked up face.
Yeah.
while it's fresh and we're not used to it.
that doctor robot that's in that scene.
The medical droid.
That like.
What, that gives him his new hand?
Looks like this nightmare gimp robot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like bolted to something.
Oh, it's horrible.
Horrific. If I woke up from like a concussion or something and saw that, I would think I had gone to hell.
Ada, I got it.
Uh-huh.
That robot is the robotic version of the glow-in-the-dark Halloween skeleton that you had in your room and would like see slightly glowing at night, and you'd be scared by it.
No, I was never afraid of skeletons. B-Rye was.
Yeah.
I was disgusted by like viscera and blood.
Oh, but the
I was-
bones
I
was,
was-
okay.
Yes, Bones was okay. I actually had a realization this morning. Like I kind of like body horror media. Like it's interesting.
Okay.
Like just all the weird shit that happens in JoJo's.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
An example I know you know of.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah. That's a great movie. I love the special effects in that.
It's very good. It's a good film.
I gotta watch that again. I never get tired of watching
It's
that movie.
fucking bleak. It's great.
Yeah.
That's a spooky movie.
But when I was really young, I could not handle any amount of gore at all. Like I would see a plastic Halloween like chopped off hand that's like has like the red stump and a bone sticking out of it, and I could not handle that. Like I couldn't eat certain things for a while. There's another story on that subject I'll tell you after this, but I think what desensitized me to it was Animorphs. Because Animorphs has so much fucking body horror in it. But it's always okay because they can just like morph back to their normal form and any like damage gets undone.
Yeah.
And also it's written so I don't have to see it.
Yeah.
And I think that like built up the tolerance. So now I can see it and be like,
You can have a good look at it. Just be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. Throw up in the other room.
So there was this time where my dad took me and my younger brother to like one of his friend's house, and they just went and like did something and like worked on like cars in the garage or something while we just hung out in his house and watched TV. And I distinctly remember watching this show where it's like the end of the episode. And it was I looked it up. I'll just tell you what it was. It was a cartoon called The Enforcers.
The Enforcers.
Yes, and it was like
I want my name to be Spaghetti.
it was a very short-lived superhero cartoon. I looked it up and watched the episode that I saw.
Like Lunatics Unleashed.
No, was just kind of shitty and dumb. There's even a bit where like they form the team and one of the characters is like, "All right, team, let's force it."
Oh no, you're kidding!
No!
That can't be true.
But one of the characters on the team, one was like this zombie guy, and then there was
And you
like,
say it's a cartoon?
yes, it was a cartoon. It didn't last very long.
I'm looking them up.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to find this. Is it like from the Spider-Man universe?
It was Marvel.
Really?
Oh, okay. Okay, it's like a Marvel thing. Yeah, there's a guy who looks like
Let me see it.
Frankenstein. They look funny.
I don't think it was that. I'll try to put pictures on the screen if I can find some.
Look
But
at this weird little guy.
Ugh,
He's a tiny little man.
that is hysterical. Just
Spider-Man's got this suffering from success pose going on. It's really funny.
the DJ Khalid.
Looks like DJ Khaled.
Spider-Man's just like, God, dude.
Is it Khaled or Khalid? I've
Khaled.
never actually.
Yeah,
it's
I
Khaled?
think it's Khaled. I've only
Okay.
heard it pronounced
DJ
Khaled.
Khaled, yeah.
I've never heard it pronounced. I've just seen his.
I'm gonna say
I
Video
swear
where
to
he
God,
plays the
DJ
guitar
Khaled
horribly.
is someday. DJ Khaled's going to be revealed as some bizarre, like Jiminy Glick of Adam Sandler. Like he just looks too much like Adam Sandler in a fat suit with a fake beard. He just and once you
about as much talent.
look at him, you can't unsee that, and you're like, this is just Adam Sandler in extensive prosthesis.
It's his most dedicated role since he starred in Dirty Diamonds.
That's what he's been doing this whole time.
Uncut Gems. That's what it was called. Not Dirty Diamonds.
So anyway,
yeah.
Yes,
this
get us back on track,
episode that
please,
I
Aaron.
watched,
The guy who
there's
played
like
Darth
a
Maul,
superhero
yeah.
team, and there was like a guy that was a zombie on it, and there was also like a kid, like she was just a girl. I don't think she had superpowers or anything, and like the zombie and the kid were trapped in this building that could like control like a nuclear reactor that was going to melt down, and they were the only ones that could stop it.
Oh.
And the controls to stop it were in a room that was radioactive. And She goes in there to like stop it and is like getting like radiated while she's in there, and her like bits of her skin are like turning green.
What the fuck?
It's really gruesome.
What the
It
fuck?
was
Why wouldn't the
disturbing by
zombie do it?
itself.
He's dead.
I
This
don't-
is literally
for some
what
reason-
happens at the end of Fallout 3, where you're like, why am I doing this? I'm friends with a super mutant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for some
You do
reason
it.
he was unable to do it. The,
Oh,
and-
I got bone spurs.
and,
I can't disarm the nuclear reactor.
and the episode ends with her dead, and like they're at her grave.
What?
I swear.
This can't be real.
If maybe this is just some misremembered childhood hallucination, but I remember I looked this up and watched it as an adult.
Someone could get in there to defuse those missiles.
Exactly.
And that should be me.
Biggs, you can't. Let her do it. Anti-radiation belt. You're gonna need it.
Ooh, you're okay.
This is okay? Pix, there's a radiation leak. Do you have your belt activated?
Not anymore.
You're gonna end up like me if you're not careful. Are you listening to me? You can't survive this much radiation.
Oh, I understand.
You're getting radiation poisoning. You must leave now.
Can't stop. Must finish. Oh, I can't see so well. Where's the next panel?
To your left, kid.
Pix! Pix! You have done well, little sister. But now you must... Pix! Pix!
Ghoul, good to see you, pal.
So very young.
She barely had time to live.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss her.
The cat is out of the bag for another fun-filled romp on the Tom and Jerry Show.
But the point when she's like getting irradiated and like flecks of her skin are turning green, it was very similar to the flecks of green on the sour cream and onion Pringles that I loved as a wee baby child, and I couldn't eat them for months because it would make me think of that.
That is
scene.
hysterical. That is just so. That's so believable,
That
and
is-
like as a childhood memory, like that's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Well, to stop us from falling back on a Star Wars tangent and being down a Star Wars hole from which we never escape,
Puts away blaster. What? Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to transition us into talking about another goof-ass sci-fi experience that I had recently when I watched a little film called
Skeleton Warriors.
No, not Skeleton Warriors, although I wish I'd seen that. No, this film is called James Cameron's Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Oh my god.
And the rest of
I haven't heard of that. What's it about? Was it a popular movie?
It was. It came out. It was a sleeper hit, I guess you could say.
Like a cult classic?
Yeah, something like that. And the rest of this episode will include spoilers for that because I just don't care.
Yeah.
All I know about that movie is that there's a fucking hilarious clone of the villain from Atlantis from the first Avatar.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the Colonel Man.
Colonel Palpatine.
Colonel Palp. What are you talking? Oh.
Somehow he's returned.
Well,
no, he does.
The somehow in this movie is that they spliced his clone with blue people DNA.
We put your memories in a cat. We put your memories in a cat person.
Yeah.
So he gets isekai'd. And
he threw a blue toaster into a bathtub and got isekai to Pandora.
Yeah. He comes back and. What's even dumber than that angle's actually kind of okay. There's worse
really?
things. There's
oh,
worse
no.
things. There's dumber things
Does
they
he
do
have
with his character.
I heard a man has a telepathic relationship with a whale.
He does, and it's really Mary Sue-ish and stupid.
Oh, wait, so only he can telepathize with the whale?
We'll get there. We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, I got to put a disclaimer before all this. Nobody watches a James Cameron Avatar movie because it's Shakespearean theater. I mean, they watch it for the Halo Marines and the spaceships and the blue hentai cat people. Everyone knows that's why.
Blue hentai.
And I remember when the first one came out, everyone's like, this is just Dances with Wolves with aliens. This is just Dances with Aliens. And yeah, it is.
It is.
This is Avatar 2 is just Blood Meridian with a bunch of blue bracks. It's
is it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
like Brack from Space Ghost?
Yeah, because they're cat aliens.
Oh, Brack's a cat?
Yeah,
he's supposed to be a felinoid alien.
Yeah,
he looks like a goofy like stereotype African mask from like he looks like one of those.
He looks like that, but he's also cat-like. Like he kind of has the flat ears of like a desert cat.
His face looks like a flag.
I've always thought he looked feline.
Oh, wow, I've looked at him wrong.
He has like paws.
Next time I see Brack, I'm gonna.
If you look at his feet, his boots are like paws.
Yeah,
too.
he has paws.
I thought, oh my god, this is like breaking my brain.
Taylor, you've never stared intently at Brack's feet?
You've never Googled Brack's feet?
I mean, I have, but don't worry about that. In those and more human-like. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What were you saying about
Avatar?
Fucking blue people? By the way, they don't have sex with their hair. That isn't what happens. Unless they change it in Avatar 2. Do they have sex with their hair?
It is not mentioned or covered.
Okay. They actually have sex with each other.
They do, because Jake Sully in his Avatar body from the first movie has just been living as one of the cat people in their tribe this whole time since the first movie. And he's just been living there as one of them, and he has had like he's had a litter of kids with the cat woman he marries.
Oh yeah, and like all the kids look all like fucked up and like too human-y, and it's really scary.
And there's opportunities for the other cat people to be like, racism exists among aliens too. Look, because we think you're a half-breed and all kinds of. You have traits that are physiologically different than ours, so we're gonna treat you like shit about it.
Well, I mean, also, humans did kind of come and try and fuck up their planet.
We did.
There's a little bit more to it than.
It kind of seems justified at that point.
It does.
They are justified to be wary.
All of that makes sense, but the execution is far more ham-fisted.
Oh,
and the pacing is awful. But the visuals are great. If you just want to see a bunch of colors and monsters and giant trees and spaceships and explosions and pirates and shit, this is the movie for you, because it's got all of that shit in space.
So there are spaceships.
Yes.
The humans come back?
The humans come back.
Why the fuck are they after whale oil? What happened in the unobtainium? Did it just all like dry up?
It doesn't explain, but there's also sentient whales that are another sentient species on Pandora that we've only haven't seen until now.
And I assume that's what the humans are after. Yeah, they're after
Not
whale
necessarily,
oil.
although there is a guy who just hunts them, and that's just another thing that we extract from the planet as a resource, because it's we're the imperialism species that comes and strips the planet of its whole
of its everything.
Yeah,
of its whales.
There's really cool of its whales.
Wait, this is a great segue. James Cameron is going to make the third Avatar movie, which is actually just the fifth Star Trek movie where they go back in time to get a whale.
That happens?
That happens. I think it's the fifth Star Trek movie. They go back in time to like conveniently whatever the fuck year that movie came out.
Yeah.
That year's San Francisco, and they go back in time so that they can find a whale because this alien entity wants a whale.
I demand.
So is that the whole movie? Just like a convoluted fetch quest for a whale?
It's pretty much, and they go and like it's just I guess a part of it is like they're stuck. They get there and they're like, uh-oh,
we got our whale.
Something bad happened. We can't get back, so now we got to figure something out. And like at one point, the timeline is fucking broken because Scotty's like, guess what? Here's the blueprints to invisible or see-through aluminum. Bye. And you're like, oh my god, the Scotsman just changed the course of human history. Sure. But thank God we got our whale. Yeah, it's weird. It's a fucking. I thought I was high when I watched that movie. Anyway.
I was high when I watched Avatar.
Avatar 2. You actually just watched the fifth Star Trek movie and thought it was Avatar. The tint on your TV screen broke and everyone was blue. I thought Jake Sully kind of looked like William Shatner.
I didn't know Leonard Nimoy was in this.
Wow.
Stuff they do with CG these days.
Incredible. Oh.
So the plot of the movie is basically the humans. Jake Sully's been living there peacefully this entire time with his cat family. And then it's like, surprise, surprise, the humans are back, and he's like, I'm not fighting them again, I'm gonna take my family and we're gonna move away, and we're gonna go live with the ocean tribe and learn their ways and stuff. And then the humans are like, well, too bad, we're gonna devote a disproportionate amount of financial resources that we trekked a bajillion light years across space to finding specifically you and beating you up. And
sounds pretty good.
He's like, oh no! And the colonel's like, and guess what? I'm back. You just kill me and I'll keep coming back as one of you. And it is kind of creepy from the perspective of imagining humans as gods. Because, like, to these aliens, it's like, this one that we killed has now come back as one of us. Like, that is kind of cosmologically fucked in a weird way.
Yeah, that is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they could have done more with that theme instead of just being like, guess what? We made clothes for them that fit their weird, lanky bodies that look like B-Rai. And
what kind of clothes?
Like human clothes, like boots and stuff.
Do they have like big, giant, like goofy purple suits like Bernie Mac and Cedric the Entertainer used to wear in the 90s?
I would have preferred.
That would have been really good.
What would have been awesome?
Those guys looked like a Talking Heads music video.
What would have been awesome is if the entire squad of militarized assault cat people that are all the Marines from the first movie that died that got reincarnated as cat people just rolled right off the ship in zoot suits. That would have been fantastic. Nobody would be expecting that.
We're looking at we just swung by in town and want to know where all the blue broads are. And they all got Tommy guns.
They all got Tommy guns.
It's the future, and we're using Tommy guns.
They're all sucking on toothpicks and flipping a nickel. Checking the time on pocket watches.
Oh my god. Found this old suit in the old chifforobe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there's a weird, like, Jesus allegory thing where, like, the avatar...
Oh, not another Jesus figure movie.
Yeah, where the avatar of Sigourney Weaver's character gives, like, virgin birth to another cat person that is adopted by Jake Sully and his cat family. So that happens for some reason.
I forgot Sigourney Weaver turned into a cat lady. I thought she just died.
She does, but her avatar was still, like, alive. It just didn't have her in it.
Right.
It was, like, floating in the tank, and then it just spontaneously became pregnant and birthed another cat version of her.
Sigourney Weaver 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Exactly.
Wow. Did they actually get Sigourney Weaver again?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool.
And it does. It looks like her. It's weird. I was like, why does that cat lady look... I missed the first half of the movie. And I was like, why does that cat lady look like Sigourney Weaver? Oh, right. Wasn't she in the first one? And then it's like, oh, yeah. So when they're staying with the Sea Tribe, one of Jake Sully's sons, the troubled one, makes friends with an outcast sentient whale, and like not only is it one of the sentient whale monsters, but it has a name that it responds to, and he's like literally out in the middle of the ocean, like trying to find it, and he just calls its name, and it just straight up shows up.
Oh,
and, like that's what like the pacing and all this feels awful. He's like in the broad open ocean, and he just yells its name one time, and it's like, like, here to soul bond with you, buddy.
I've been stalking you.
Oh, maybe it's not a whale. Maybe it's a giant dolphin.
Yeah.
Flipper's out for the dipper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And then
gonna dip that dolphin dick in some blue pussy. Because they're cats, you see.
Mm-hmm. the best, like, my favorite character in the entire movie is this random dude who is just like a shitty, like, pirate captain type guy who's Australian. And,
a human, I assume.
A human. He's a human.
A human, I'm assuming.
The reincarnated Marines that are now cat people are chasing Jake Sully, and they know he's with the Water Tribe, so they commandeer a boat.
The Water Tribe.
And they common.
You gotta call them the Water Tribe from now on.
I'm just gonna call them the Water Tribe from now on.
That's very funny. The humans are the Fire Nation.
And then Sigourney Weaver's character does like some straight up water bending when she like merges with the planet's soul and like makes like coral reefs come alive and attack the enemy ships and stuff. She literally moves her arms like bending and like.
You know what? I'm not even mad. That sounds lit. That sounds really cool.
It's one of those things where they're like, it's so dumb, it's lit.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I'm just on board with this at this point. Why not?
That sounds so stupid. I'd probably be like, wow.
But they commandeer this boat that's run by this guy who's basically, he runs a crew of guys who hunt those sentient whale things.
Oh.
And they're like, we're commandeering your ship.
He's a reincarnated cat person, Steve Irwin.
No, the reincarnated cat people commandeer the ship from the pirate guy.
Oh, there's just a man?
There's just a man.
Just a human man.
A human man with a human crew who hunt the space whales.
Where do they get the oxygen?
They have like masks and shit.
Yeah, but where do they get the oxygen for the masks?
It's implied that they're a division of the company that is sponsoring all of this.
Okay.
And they're just the division that goes and hunts the whales.
Division.
They're the seafood division.
We work for Space Red Lobster.
He's like, look, mate, my boys only do one. They're called tulkun, the stupid whale things. He's like, my boys only hunt tulkun. That's the only thing we do. And the reincarnated cat marines are basically like, well, we're gonna kill you if you don't help us. And there's just a pause, and he's just like, well, I always say, if you can't get out of it, get into it. All hands to stations. And he just like is just enthusiastically on board. And I'm like, I like this guy. It's exactly the kind of scruffy, shitty dude that I like. He's exactly the B-Rai archetype of character.
Yeah, you're a fan of men ripe for henching.
Yes, exactly. And his like on-board resident scientist that he never listens to is Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords in a bit role.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, What We Do in the Shadows Season 5 trailer dropped the other day.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
I'm excited about that. I'm really, because, like, I've watched all 4 seasons now.
It's so good.
It is!
That's my favorite.
It keeps getting better. That's, like, very rare for a show.
It is my favorite live-action show. It is the only show that I watch that's live-action, pretty much.
And, like, the trailer gives it away.
Yeah.
Guillermo finally... It finally happens.
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah, and
Good
so
for
that's why I assume that this season is going to be either about Guillermo becoming a vampire at last, but learning that it fucking sucks. and then the comedy comes from there, or he becomes like some sort of super vampire.
Yeah,
and it just pisses off
everybody else,
and they hate it.
Yeah,
and that's where the comedy will come from. So either way, they kind of win.
Yeah,
like whatever happens from this, it's bound to be fun. And, yeah. You need to finish talking about Avatar, though. This might be a 2-parter. Because I'm looking at the clock on the wall, and it's almost time to freeze Ada again.
Unless I remember any more particularly funny items of note from it to discuss, which I may do in our follow-up episode, that's pretty much it. Just watch the movie if you want to have a really fucking long movie about explosions and tropes and the aliens coming back. Oh, now the weird. I gotta spend a few minutes to talk about there's a human character named Spider.
Remember, every minute he talks about Avatar is another minute you're not in the carbonite.
Yeah, so I'm not protesting.
Exactly. There's a human named Spider who is he's like an honorary blue cat person, and he was raised as one of them.
Is his name Spider?
His name is Spider, and he is adopted. He has like shitty white guy dreadlocks, and he's like paints himself blue. And
he does blueface?
Yes.
No!
Are you serious?
I'm completely serious.
Oh my god!
And it's implied that he was like a human child that was left behind by the humans when they left and like quit the planet.
Now who's giving him oxygen for his mask?
That's a good question.
Where are all these people getting oxygen?
That's a good fucking question. But the dumbest thing about his character arc is that they could have had him as a character without doing this at all. There's no need for them to shoehorn this detail into his backstory, but he is, for some reason, the son of the Colonel, The 65-year-old fucking colonel from the first movie had a 3-year-old son.
It's the future, B-Rye. People are virile for longer, you see.
I don't like any of the implications.
You didn't
about
like the
that.
part where the fucking reincarnated cat person colonel flies up on a fucking pumpkin glider and goes, "Are you in or are you out, Spider-Man?"
Yeah, that all but happens. And like they show him as a child and he's just like 3 years old and in diapers, and then now he's like wearing a loincloth and blue paint and dreadlocks. I'm like, it implies that he's never worn clothes for a moment in his life.
I just all I'm thinking is that this is just Jonathan Taylor Thomas in Jungle to Jungle. That's it.
It's just that, but just like there's no need for him to have been the son of the colonel. You could have had the character without that being a detail.
A reincarnated blue cat Tim Allen shows up and goes, "You gotta get used to life in the big city."
I would prefer a reincarnated blue cat person, Tim Heidecker, but
I think we all would. That'd be pretty funny.
Anyway, I'll end it there.
God, Tim Heidecker, but 9 feet tall. That's terrifying.
Even he would say so.
I wouldn't want a 9-foot version of any of my friends.
If I was a Hollywood financier with big time stupid money, who all the movies are funded by James Cameron goes golfing with his rich buddies. He's like, I need $40 million for a picture, and he's like, sure, here, I'll cut you a check. If I was one of those type of dudes, I would be like, okay, I'll write you your check for your blue cat person alien movie, but I got one condition, and there's going to be a bit part. Doesn't have to be in it for long. He could just be the village idiot who says one thing and then goes away. But you're going to reach out to a guy named Andy Merrill.
Oh.
And he's going to play a blue brack.
Oh!
And he's going to impart some dipshit wisdom to somebody, and then he can fuck off. But you're going to pay him $25,000.
Boy, I gotta tell you, it's sure is hard on the big Pandora. You can't even find any TV dinners at all. I guess I'll just eat the mushrooms.
There's like, what do you say, Thorak? And there's just a horrifying mantis alien chittering away.
Oh my god, I just want Space Ghost Coast to Coast to happen on fucking Pandora, and I think that'd be a great Avatar 3.
That would be a vastly superior sequel.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time to get back into the carbonite chamber. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yes! I'm free! He's gone and in the carbonite, and I don't have to deal with him anymore!
As long as one of us is in there, we don't have to return the deposit. We can...
That's good, too.
You know how you can see Han Solo in the carbonite kind of sticking out?
God damn it, he's got his cock out.
It's the carbonite sickness. Gives you a terrible priapism. Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.